What's up, everybody? Irving TV, Double I TV, whatever you want to call me, as long as it's nothing disrespectful, because if it gets disrespectful, then, here we go. I'm gonna throw this empty can of Mountain Dew at your cat. Yes, I'm gonna throw this can at your cat. So for your cat's sake, don't be disrespectful. Because if I throw this can at your cat for you being disrespectful, it's all on you. It's your fault. And I'd like to welcome y'all to another episode of Squirrel Moments, the podcast. We are on episode 10 right now. We're finally in the double digits. Yay! Even though I be putting out these podcasts really slowly now when they were supposed to be originally every 2 weeks. But stuff happens, stuff happens. But anyway, I'm still on it. I'm still doing the podcast. I haven't gone nowhere. And today's date is 11/20/2001. What's up, everybody? What's up? And if it's your birthday today, if anybody's birthday today, whether it's on the 20th or whenever you watch this or whenever you listen to this, happy birthday. But anyway, I did say this is episode 10, right? But yeah, I've been having a good one, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, it's been super busy. When I say super busy, I mean it's super busy. But let's bring that back up. Anyway, but yeah, and I'm glad to finally be getting back to the podcast again. I told myself I'm gonna stop saying, "Oh, I'm back," because I'm doing whatever I can get to it. So anyway, got a lot to talk about today. Well, I think we got a lot to talk about today. I don't know how long it's going to last. I always say I don't have that much, but then every time I say it's not that much, that'd be the longest episodes that I have. So, but yeah. What else I gotta cover real quick before we get to the main stuff? The bread and butter, the meat and potatoes, the hot wings with some ranch dipping. Ooh, that sounds good about now. It's been a while since I really had some good wings. It's been a while. Usually I eat wings once every week, but that hasn't been happening lately. So, which is all good, because I'm trying to stay away from fried foods and all that stuff, but that's here nor there. Anyway, before we get started, if you're watching the video version on YouTube, which is youtube.com/iIrvingTV, go ahead and don't forget to press that like button. Don't forget the, drop comments and all that kind of stuff. Make sure to share the podcast. And then if you're listening to the audio version, which is on Spotify, it is on Anchor.fm. It is on Google Podcasts, and then it's on some other platforms as well. I can't name them off top, but I know I know those main three. It's again Spotify. I'm drawing a blank. Anchor.fm, and Google Podcasts. Make sure to drop a good rating, whether it's 5 stars or however the rating system works on that platform. Make sure to give it a good rating, but be honest about it though. But give it a good rating. Again, drop comments, all that kind of stuff. And then also, you're not obligated to do this, none whatsoever. You're not obligated to do this at all. But if you want to financially support my content, the channel, the podcast, all that kind of stuff, you can make a donation to my Cash App, which is $IRvingTV. Whether it's $1, $5, $2, $10, $1, it's all good. Again, you're not obligated to. Just y'all watching alone, liking, sharing, listening, all that stuff is support enough for me. So, anyway, let's go ahead and get to some things right now. So, y'all know, and if you don't know, I'm gonna need you to stop being Patrick Star. But if you don't know, the Halo Infinite beta is out. The Halo Infinite beta is out. If I haven't said this before, I'm a huge Halo fan, and Halo is one of my favorite video games of all time. Right now, it's the Mass Effect. It's Mass Effect, Halo, Gears. I always change this order. Then it's Legend of Zelda, then Sonic. It always changes. But yeah, the Halo Infinite trailer's been the beta is out now, and I've been ever since it dropped. That's literally basically all I've been playing. Well, God of War as well, but I finally beat that on the stream the other day, yesterday actually, on the day it's recording, which is again 11/20/21. But yeah, I beat God of War on my YouTube stream. And hold on, before I go any further, I do stream on both YouTube and Twitch. I stream on both of those platforms. The only difference is on YouTube I play more story-driven games, and on Twitch I play more multiplayer games. You know, I like being on multiple platforms. You got to build yourself up. That's why I got your TikTok and all this stuff. Which that's one thing I forgot to say. Make sure to follow me on all my social medias. Everything is Irving TV. I am on Twitter, again, Twitch, YouTube, Snapchat. Did I say TikTok? Instagram, which Instagram is where I'm most active at. And I finally made a Facebook now, which is again Irving TV. Everything is Irving TV. So just look it up, you'll be able to find me. Say hi, come through, chat, whatever. Also I have a Discord as well, which if you're watching the video version, it should be in the description now. It's been a while since I've been on Discord, but I'm gonna try to get back on there. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, Halo Infinite. Oh my goodness. You know, this game has been developing for 6 years. There's been a lot of controversy behind it. People had their doubts because ever since Halo 5 was released, 343 released Halo 5, it's been a large amount of doubts. It started with 4, of course, but you know, the story was praised, but then Halo 5, the story was, and I agree, the story wasn't that great. The game itself was good, don't get me wrong, but the story, and a lot of people started, it kind of split the player base. But ever since this beta dropped, it's not a flight, it's a beta which everybody can play, and the multiplayer is free to play. So, and I've been like earlier this week, I go to work, I have to be at work at 6, right? And I get off at 4:30. I got to work at 6. I forgot what day it was. I want to say it was Tuesday. Yeah, it was Tuesday. Got to work. Less than 2 hours later, they was letting people go home. So I went home. I literally left work, came home, and went directly on Halo Infinite. And I gotta say, and I said this on stream before, and I said this to a couple other people, but right now, Halo Infinite is one of the smoothest, we're talking about multiplayer now, one of the smoothest multiplayer of Halo I've ever played. One of the smoothest that I ever played. And it's just great. And that's not me being biased, because I will call out, again, I've called out Halo 5 with the story not being that great. So I will call out something. I don't care if it's my favorite or not. If something is bad or I'm not feeling it, I will call it out. But, and then like when I be on TikTok, I've been seeing a lot of Halo Infinite clips, and it'd be some great ones too, especially with the grappling hook. Some people been acting like they're Spider-Man on there or Attack on Titan, and then what some people been doing is they'll blow up a warthog and go to the sky, and then they grapple the warthog, and then they go into the sky and just keep on moving. And I also did a move where I used the grappling hook and I actually hijacked a vehicle from somebody by using the grappling hook. So, but it's been great. I'm 100% confident. I'm 100% confident about Infinite. I know people had their doubts. Now, of course, we still gotta wait till the main game come out, which is on December the 8th, which is 2 days before my birthday. Yay! And I'm doing a Let's Play for the story, which I've been saying this on Twitch, not Twitch. Well, kind of Twitch, but Twitter, Instagram, that I'm doing a different approach to this to this Let's Play. I wanted to be a little bit more cinematic. It's still gonna be the same Let's Play, but the approach is gonna be different, and I'm gonna have some like quote-unquote high production stuff on there. You can tell it's still like amateurs, but you can still tell it's amateur stuff, but it's different than what I usually do. So it's a project. It's a passion project for me, and like I recently just dropped like the trailer / intro for Let's Play Halo Infinite. I want y'all to go ahead and check that out. I put it on Instagram, and I put it on the Facebook page as well. So go ahead and check it out. But going back to, I know the story hasn't came out, the full game hasn't came out yet, because the story can be just as bad as 5, but I highly doubt that, because what we've been seeing, what they've been showing us, and then some of the IGN, they did behind the scenes of the first mission, first 2-3 hours, and they're confident about it. So I'm confident about the story too. They're definitely taking the hold on, let me drink some water. My mouth been really dry lately. Y'all like my water dripping all on me? Splash. Y'all like my Grogu water bottle? Cutest bounty in the galaxy. But what was I saying? I'm confident about the direction of where the story is gonna go. I'm just fully confident, and I'm just glad that Microsoft and 343 decided to delay this game. Literally, Halo Infinite should be, it's the prime example of what would happen, of the good that would come from delaying the game. Because if they would have released it last year, it wouldn't have been this good. It would have been this good. Because when they first showed the gameplay trailer, the very first one, it was good. Even I was excited about it. I even have a reaction on the channel of that. I reacted to the trailer. But when you look back at it, the trailer itself, the graphics and the visuals are okay. It wasn't bad. It's not terrible, but people was upset because this is supposed to be a new gen experience, and yet it looks old, So a lot of people was upset about that, and then after that they delayed it, because they were trying to release it right alongside the Series X and S, but they delayed it, and look how it looks good. It looks good. It feels good. It is smooth. And let me tell y'all, I've been playing on the Series X. I haven't played on my One X yet. I've been hearing that it runs pretty well on the Xbox One. Somebody said I think they had the base Xbox One and it works well on there. But going back, I bet you, not even bet, I've been playing on the Series X, and I have a 4K TV. That thing looks so good. It looks so good on there. It looks, it's blowing my mind right now. And usually in this room, this is where I do all my content. Thinking about getting a 4K TV on monitor for this room. I don't think I'm gonna do it because it still looks good on this TV, but it still looks good. It's just, I want to experience. And you know what? The funny thing is, when it comes to make sure I'm still recording. Yes, I am still recording. Y'all know me. I am very super paranoid when it comes to my content. At first, I wasn't that person that say, I don't need no 4K TV, this, that, and the other. I'm good with what I have. It's like, what's the point? But then I remember when I first saw, which was like even earlier this year or last year, I saw 4K for the first time in person, and I was like, ooh, that looked good. Not only that, when I got my Xbox One X, I had a regular TV, 1080p TV. And again, everything already looked good, so I'm not worried about it. But it has the hardware for 4K. And then when I decided I was gonna get my Series X, I'm like, I have all this hardware, and I'm not using it to its full capacity. So I decided to get a 4K TV, and I'm all over the place. I'm having a squirrel moment, which is the point of this podcast. Squirrel moment and squirrel moment. But yeah, going back to Halo Infinite, it's just amazing. And after I finish recording this podcast, I'm actually going to stream tonight. By the time y'all get this podcast, I've already streamed. But yeah, I'm gonna be streaming some Halo Infinite today, and then 2 days before I streamed some Halo Infinite as well. So this is gonna be my third stream because yesterday I did God of War. So this is gonna be my third stream this week. I usually stream at most 2 times, because usually I try to stream up to once a week. At most I might do 2, but this is gonna be the first time I stream 3 times. Oh wait, so oh yeah, this is I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about Halo Infinite. And, you know, speaking of Halo Infinite, now the only bad thing that's about Infinite right now is usually I don't care about this stuff, but because it's Halo, I kind of pay a little bit more attention to it and I want to be involved. But you know, the armor customization, all that stuff, because the game is free to play, they're doing battle passes and microtransactions, unfortunately. But it's purely cosmetic. And while I don't have a problem with that, many people were complaining about the progression, because when you get the battle pass, you know, you still have to work to get, you know, to unlock the armor and all this kind of stuff. And one thing that I noticed is the progression system is very, very slow. But with that being said, already, now mind you, the beta has only been out for a week, and it looks like that 343 has already made some changes to the progression system. And we're gonna bring up this article right here, which is from IGN.com. Let's go ahead and switch that over. Boop, 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 boop. All right, so this, again, mind you, today is the 20th. This article was originally posted on the 17th, but it been updated on the 18th. So again, Halo Infinite Battle Pass, this is what it says on IGN. Halo Infinite Battle Pass progression has already been smoothed out. Update 343 announced that changes have now been made to the progression. So we're gonna read the original post first. Where is the original? No, I'm just gonna read it from the top. So update 11/18/21. 343 has announced that the first changes to Halo Infinite's multiplayer progression have now been made. The Halo support Twitter feed made the announcement saying that players now earn 50 XP towards their battle pass with every match-made gameplay. The deck of challenges is also being updated to serve players of all skill levels. Halo Infinite players can now earn XP by completing match-made games. The Play One Game Daily Challenge is worth 50 XP each. The challenge deck is also being updated to better serve players of all skill levels. As promised, XP boosts. As promised, XP boosts now last for an hour, and weekly challenge progression has been reset, with players being given this week's ultimate reward next week. 4 challenges that saw bugs have also been fixed, which is the heat of the moment, it bears repeating, George will be proud, and Ultra Tech. That was the name of the challenges. Just days after launch, 343 is already addressing issues players have with Halo Infinite's Battle Pass. Yes, they have. Like, I've been not following. I'm gonna finish this up. I haven't been really following too much what's been going on since it's been released, because you know there's people out there that's always gonna be negative about it. So I've been avoiding people comments and all that kind of stuff. But I do see on Twitter that they're super responsive when it comes to this beta. They're listening to people, they're checking out the feedback and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, on Twitter, Halo community manager John Junisek, I'm probably saying that wrong, JUNYSEK, ZEK said changes are already coming later this week. For starters, 343 is adding play one game challenges will reward players simply by playing games. They are also adjusting or removing some weekly challenges based on player feedback, designed to help speed up progress through the battle pass. Yeah, this is I think that's everything. Hold on, I'm just gonna skip some of this stuff. Halo Infinite's battle pass rewards players with cosmetic items, a system popularized in games like Fortnite and Call of Duty. However, in Halo, the main issues players have is that XP is only rewarded by completed very specific daily and weekly challenges in the game, rather than accumulating simply by playing matches. Yep, fans was already complaining. Yeah, that's it. I'm not gonna read this whole thing. Yeah, so again, 343 has been paying a lot of attention to the beta, and they care. A lot of people, and this is the thing. I always hate when people say 343 ruined Halo. They should have never touched Halo. It would have been better if Bungie would have been working on Halo. Bungie should have kept this blah blah whoopty whoop. And I hate that narrative because they haven't ruined Halo. You know, they're really passionate about it. I mean, there's some stuff I don't agree with what they did. And even when Bungie had it, I don't agree with stuff that they did. But to say that they ruined Halo, we can always make the argument that Halo 5 story was bad. But that's really the only thing that was bad about Halo 5 was the story. The campaign is, the actual campaign gameplay is awesome. Multiplayer is awesome. People say there's people that saying that the multiplayer for Halo 5 is one of the best. It's a bit sweaty, which I agree. It is the most sweaty Halo multiplayer out there, and I agree with that. But it's still fun at the end of the day. Like, I still play the multiplayer. I plan on playing the campaign again. But yes, 343 has made some mistakes. Like with Halo 4, they made some mistakes with the multiplayer. But the story was awesome. With 4, yeah, I hate that narrative that they ruined Halo. They didn't ruin Halo. They made some mistakes, yeah, but I mean, it is what it is. Again, they inherited this IP that was well established, and then they had to find their space, and they had to, what's the word that I'm looking for? Like, they're still working on, like, to work on Halo, a franchise has already been established, and try to satisfy everybody. That's not an easy thing to do. But anyway, let's go to the next one. Because I'm gonna come back to that, because I got more stuff to talk about with that. But now, speaking of multiplayer, now y'all know not only Halo's multiplayer has been released, but Battlefield 2042 has been released. Also Call of Duty as well, which Call of Duty right now I don't care about, and we're gonna get more to why. Y'all probably already know the reason why, but Battlefield 2042 has been released, but as usual, Battlefield multiplayer, when it launches, it seemed like every time I've noticed, every time a Battlefield game has been launched, it always come out buggy, really, really buggy. Things are not always working, which I usually don't play day one. I usually get Battlefield like a month or so after it comes out, so I never really experienced too much of the bugs that comes out within day one. But I've always noticed a pattern with Battlefield games. So, but apparently 2042 has been one of the worst. And with that being said, not only it's had a terrible launch, but apparently it's missing some features as well, some core features at that. So this first article, because I got two articles discussing this. So the first article is again by IGN, which was posted on the 18th, which also has an update on there. Let's switch over. All right, so here we go. Battlefield 2042. Someone made a list of every missing feature, and it's quite long. So, Battlefield 2042 has had a rough launch week thus far. Whether it's server issues, UI problems, or more creative frustrations like features or modes that in 2042 has opted not to include. One Reddit user by the name of Jelly Swim, that's an interesting name, Jelly Swim. Jelly Swim, I'm a jelly that swims, I'm a jelly that swims. Jelly, jelly, I'm a jelly that swims. Anyway, squirrel moment. Let me take a sip of water. Like I said, my mouth is really dry. Always stay hydrated, boys and girls. But what was I? Oh yeah, one Reddit user by the name of Jelly Swim has even gone so far as to create a list of features removed or downgraded from 2042, and it's a surprisingly long, if subjective, read. Some notable complaints include no persistent lobbies requiring players to matchmake after every game, no global leaderboards, no standard server browser, fewer standard. Oh my gosh, I cannot talk. This dry mouth ain't helping either. Fewer standard game modes like, oh no, where was I at? No standard server browser, fewer standard game modes like team deathmatch, fewer vehicle types. I'm laughing because I'm thinking about that clip I saw of a hover vehicle going up the building. And a lot of people say, don't remove that. You can keep that. Everything else fixed. Fuel gun choices, various mobility mechanics like manual leaning, high wall vaulting, backwards prone, no diving while swimming. Technical issues like less control and UI optimization options, less ultra-wide monitor support, and issues with aim assist on console. A less obvious method of communicating a medic is on... let me read that again. A less obvious method of communicating a medic is on the way to revive a down teammate, and easily a few dozen more complaints. Oh my gosh. It's worth noting that none of these features are necessarily missing, quote unquote, they say. Sequels omit features from previous games all the time, whether it's for budgetary reasons, the reality of a game's development timeline, or just a creative decision to lean into a less is more approach, all of which doesn't necessarily mean a game is better or worse for it. That said, the list is a pretty stark reminder of how different Battlefield 2042 is in the details from its predecessors. The list is just a short taste, but the post has become one of the Battlefield 2042 subreddit's highest upvoted posts in recent history, with plenty of users joining in on the complaints. And then somebody said, I'll admit, I had fun for 10-ish hours, but these things became more and more obvious, and the fun just dwindled rapidly. Wrote by a user named Multimedia Carl. Assist count counts as kills is literally one of my favorite features of Battlefield 4, wrote user Kanezilla. It was the first game I noticed. Oh gosh, can we let's try this again. It was the first game I noticed it in, and it just feels good, especially to someone like me that struggles with cleanup, which is no problem with that. Some people are not hardcore sweats. Some people just want to casually play, get on a game, get on a match for an hour or two, and just keep on moving. But anyway, Portal mode. Portal, which is the new mode on Battlefield. Portal really is the saving grace, but it's a shame we have to rely so heavily on user-created servers to fill in so many of the gaps missing from the base game. And Portal isn't going to hold that status forever, wrote user Jelly Swim. Jelly Swim, how you doing, Jelly Swim? Let me see. IGN's own Battlefield 2042 review echoes some of these complaints, noting how classes seem to matter less when all specialist characters can utilize most of each class's tools, and even an issue with their teammate's body remaining visible on the ground, acting as false bait for a medic. DICE responded early Thursday with its first update for Battlefield 2042, targeting server issues like rubber banding and instances of stuttering on the breakaway map, among other issues. DICE has also updated with a fix for Battlefield 2042's proc sensor items. DICE is also planning to release 2 additional updates in the next 30 days aimed at fixes, balance changes, and quality of life issues. So yeah, that's some of the issues that's going on and some of the features that's missing. And then this other article that I got, which is by PC Gamer, and it reads as follows. I'm gonna go ahead and switch back over, and this was posted a day ago, so we're gonna say the 19th. So Battlefield 2042 immediately has thousands of negative reviews on Steam, and says, we're liking Battlefield 2042, but many aren't happy with its new ideas and early bugs. Battlefield 2042 is finally out for everyone today, and it's not off to a great start on Steam. As of this writing, the game's user reviews are mostly negative, with over 14,000 negative reviews and just a few thousand positive assessments. Ooh. Excuse me. Many of Steam's reviews echo a sentiment that's been boiling in Battlefield's 2042 official subreddit during the past week. DICE has stripped too much away from traditional Battlefield. Many players are citing blah blah blah. You know what? It's basically all the same stuff that that I discussed in the previous article. So long story short, yeah, Battlefield is off to a rough start, and for a while now, that's always been, again, I've said this before. While I have yet to play really a Battlefield on day one, I've always heard that most Battlefield games come out broken. It always comes out. I'm sorry, y'all. Somebody's shooting fireworks out, and it threw me off guard. But yeah, Battlefield games has always been, for some reason, broken. It probably has. This is probably the most has been released broken, but this is just, y'all know how I feel. Again, I spoke about this earlier when it came to Halo Infinite. If a game is not ready to be released, please delay it. Now, I know it's mostly the publishers and the people up top, people, you know, in those suits and all this stuff that pushes the developers to push the game out even though it's not ready. I'm gonna get more on that in a second, but just know these companies need to stop this whole culture of, oh, we could just fix it later on, just release it now and then we'll just fix it later on, we'll get their money. That has to stop. That culture has to stop, where you release a game broken, and I just don't understand. I just don't understand that culture. And what it used to be was, back in the day, when a game was released, that's it. There ain't no hot fixes, anything like that. I mean, games still have bugs, of course, but it was the ones that they didn't catch, because they make sure there was little to no bugs when before the game was released. Make sure it's a solid game that worked, you can play it, all that kind of good stuff, because you couldn't fix it once it was out. And now, don't get me wrong, I thought I heard something weird, but now don't get me wrong, I do like the idea that a game can be fixed, that a fix can be launched through the network. Don't get me wrong, I like that idea, but it shouldn't be, we'll release the game and then we fix it. It should be, we did everything we can, we tested out, front and back, all this stuff, and then if we launch it, and then there was some bugs that was discovered that we didn't discover, then we'll go ahead and fix it. But it shouldn't be, oh, we know it's broken, but let's launch the game, get some money, and then... Anyway, that's enough of that. Now, y'all notice, if y'all been following me on all my social medias, all I've been talking about is Halo, and I'm even finishing up my Let's Play for Halo Wars 2. I got 2 episodes left. The editing process has been brutal because unlike and I know I'm all over the place, but unlike regular games, action adventure games that I usually play, where it's like fast paced and it has a certain pace. Halo Wars 2, because it's a strategy game, the pacing is all over the place. So with like the other day, I was editing Halo Wars 2, and I had an hour and 20 minutes worth of footage, and I compressed it down to 40 something minutes. So yeah, there's a lot of moments where ain't nothing going on, a lot of dead air, there's no excitement going on. So I had to cut a lot of that stuff out. So I'm all over the place. Shoot, I forgot what I was ready to talk about. What the heck is wrong with me? But anyway, right. All my social medias I've been talking, Squirrel moment. My social media, all I've been talking about is Halo. Those that know me know I'm a big Star Wars fan as well, and I usually talk about a lot of Star Wars, but I've been kind of silent. Oh, I twisted my hand the wrong way. Ooh, there we go. Had to pop my wrist. But I usually talk about a lot of Star Wars and all this stuff because again, Halo was around the corner. I've been doing more Halo related stuff. So, but I have not forgot about Star Wars. I have not abandoned Star Wars because come on, the Book of Boba Fett is coming out December 20 something. I forgot the exact date, but the book of let me take a drink of water real quick. I'm sorry, y'all. It's been a while since again it's yo, shout out to Sacred Icon. Give me a second. I'm all over the place. That's why the the name of the podcast is Squirrel Moments, cause I'm all over the place. I'm always all over the place. Matter of fact, let me show you something real quick. I am having a real ADHD moment right now. A real squirrel moment. I'm going to show you something real quick. I was talking about editing earlier. I use this now. For those that's listening, I have a fidget toy. And it's one of those ones where you pop like the bubbles and all this stuff. And it looks like a Nintendo Switch. Like you can even take off the Joy-Con part. And it's like this. I was editing the other day and this helped me focus. So anyway, I forgot what I was originally talking about. But Star Wars, right? Star Wars. Squirrel moment. Oh goodness. Make sure y'all rate this podcast. I know I'm terrible, but make sure to rate this podcast. Give it an honest rating. But let's go back. Rewind. What was I talking about? Right. Talking about Star Wars. Let's get back to it. Yeah, I haven't given up on Star Wars at all. I haven't given on Star Wars at all. I've been still keeping up with stuff, but speaking of Star Wars releases, gaming related, Star Wars: The Old Republic, which I need to play that again. That was the Star Wars: The Old Republic is the sole reason why I built my PC and got into PC gaming, and also how I got into the world of IT. Literally, Star Wars: The Old Republic, because it only came because I love Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2, but then this one only came out on PC, so I was forced. I ain't gonna say forced, but I was pushed to build my own PC. And I'm sorry, y'all, I'm getting to the point. I'm getting to the point. But Star Wars: The Old Republic is coming out with a new expansion, which is called Legacy of the Sith. Which this article is by PC Gamer, and it was posted yesterday. It said 1 day ago. So let's go over ahead. I am sorry, y'all. I'm terrible. All right. So again, this is by PC Gamer, and it says as follows: Star Wars: The Old Republic expansion, Legacy of the Sith, comes out December 14th. The new combat styles will roll out then too. You know what? Since I finished God of War, I might stream the Old Republic now. I don't know yet. Don't hold me to that. Legacy of the Sith, the big expansion celebration, the 10th anniversary of Star Wars The Old Republic, will be out on December 14th. BioWare announced the date during a live stream with the development team, following an interview with Inuka Okuma. The first name is Enuka, last name Okuma, who voices returning character Tau Ider, I believe. Legacy of the Sith will send players to the planet Menon, aka the One Water World from Knights of the Old Republic, where you got attacked by all the sharks. I remember that. Oh my gosh, I remember that. Oh, we're going back. Oh, okay. I'm not even look. I only breezed by this article when I chose it. So okay, this time you'll be on Menon to find out what Renegade Sith Darth Malgus is up to, as well as catching up with various returning story characters like Tau Adair, Arn Parolo, all these characters. I haven't played any of the expansions, so I got a lot of catching up I need to do. There's also a new flashpoint on the snow planet called Elum, and not Elum, Elom, and released shortly after an operation called R4 Anomaly, set on a research base run by a creepy Sith cult. Always the Sith. At the same time, hold on, the ad started playing, so I just want to make sure everything's working, because you know it can stress out my computer. But anyway, at the same time as Legacy of the Sith launches, an update will roll out the new combat style system. It will let players choose combat abilities of different classes from level 1, rather than have to wait until they hit level 10 and unlock an advanced class. Okay. During the build up to Legacy of the Sith, the Old Republic's classic cinematics trailers started being re-released in shiny 4K versions. Nice. The original Deceived trailer was up first, and now Return, Hope, Sacrifice, and Betrayed have received the same treatment. You can watch them below, and whatever. Let's keep going. Yep, that's it for that. That's it for that article. So yeah, again, the Old Republic released another expansion. I have yet to play it, because I really want to play I forgot the name of it, but I know it's the Revan one. I really want to play that one. But again, you know what's funny? I literally keep updating the Old Republic. Like, I'll open up the launcher, update it, and then I don't play it, because I plan on playing it, like, or streaming it, and I never get to it. But since I finished, ooh, my voice went all high. I finished. You know when you go through puberty and your voice cracked? That's literally what I did. I gotta do a voice. Let me drink some water. But yeah, since I finished God of War now, again, don't hold me to this, but it'll make sense now for me to start streaming that again. So, yeah, but I'll keep y'all updated on that. But moving forward, don't question me. But anyway, so you remember earlier I was saying that if a game is not ready, it should be delayed. I don't care. If it's not ready, it should be delayed. Well, Saints Row have taken note of that, and they're actually following this method. Let's pull up this article, which is from Kotaku, and it was posted on Wednesday of this week. So let's get that pulled up. All right. So, Saints Row delayed to August of 2022. The reboot was originally slated for February 2022, but needs more time to improve quality. Sorry, y'all, my phone was vibrating. Volition's chief creative officer, Jim Boone, I want to say Boone, B-O-O-N-E, has announced that the release of Saints Row Reboot has been pushed back over quality concerns. The less silly Saints Row was scheduled for release on February 25, 2022. A month already packed with games is now being, well, gosh, I'm sorry, y'all. Let's return back. It will now be released on August 23rd, 2022. In an official statement, Boom explained why the open world game is being pushed back. I'm gonna get to that in a second. I got something to say about this in a second. I'm praising them, don't get me wrong. Our priority is to create the best Saints Row game yet, and if we release on the original date, it wouldn't be up to the standards we set ourselves and that you're expecting and deserve. The team just need more time to do our vision justice. We're doing some fine tuning, and there won't be much change in the game outside of overall quality and polish. In all honesty, we underestimated the impact COVID would have on our schedule, although everyone adapted very quickly to the working from home arrangement and continued to be incredibly productive. Oh gosh, I'm saying words all wrong. If this is your first episode of on my podcast, Squirrel Moment, but y'all know I cannot speak at all. I know words, I know how to read. It's just sometimes pronouncing them is a little difficult for me, but anyway, I know y'all don't care. However, due to the size and scope of our new Saints Row, it's become apparent that to create the best game possible, we need to give our team longer to perfect their craft. As mentioned when we announced Saints Row in August, this will be the biggest and best Saints Row game ever. And in order to achieve our goal, we've settled upon a generous yet essential amount of time to realize our ambitions. Rest assured, there will not be any changes to the story or the characters or anything that we've lovingly imagined over the last few years and already shared with you. Over the past 2 years, all corners of the entertainment industry have been affected, impacted in one way or another. As gamers ourselves, we know what it feels like to have something delayed, which you've been looking forward to. It's frustrating and you feel disappointed, but we also know that, oh, this is long. When we finally get Saints Row in your hands, it will have been worth the wait. It's our absolute priority to get this right. The original Saints Row. And then the article continues to say, the original Saints Row was released in 2006 and spawned 3 sequels, with the most recent Saints Row 4 being released in 2013. Yep. The new Saints blah 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 blah. Okay, that's the end of that article. Good job for Volition for delaying this game, because I saw some I was watching the Black Hokage. He was reacting to the footage, and I'm playing with my hair. He was reacting to the footage of the game, and it did not look that good. It did not look that good. Even he said that it should be delayed. So yeah, I agree with that, because when I saw that gameplay footage, I was like, because at first I'm like, why should it be? And then I kept looking at it, and I'm like, oh yeah, it needs to be delayed. And I'm hungry, so y'all might hear my stomach growl a couple times. Hopefully not, but you might hear it. I'm just giving y'all a warning now. But yeah, good for them. Again, look at Halo Infinite. I'm gonna keep going to Halo Infinite. I know it might sound like I have some bias, and to a degree I do, but it's evident that a game being delayed. Again, I'm gonna talk about that a little bit more later. But it's good that a game gets delayed, because you might get that quick. If you release a game now and it's not ready, yes, you're gonna get that get your money, but then now your reputation is ruined, and then people don't want to keep spending money with you. I mean, look at CD Projekt Red with Cyberpunk. It's better now, but oh my gosh, when it was first released last year, I think it was released on my birthday. Yeah, it was released on my birthday because I planned on buying it. And then when I was hearing about the bugs and how bad it was, I decided not to buy it. So they lost a purchase. They lost a transaction from me. But yeah, if you release a game that's broken, that's forever gonna be your reputation. It's like, okay, yeah, you fixed it, but it was released broken. And people are getting tired of that, spending their hard-earned money just for a broken game that they could barely even play. So, I mean, yes, now that, again, they're starting to fix it, and from what I've been hearing, it's better, but it should not become broken. That's why it needs to be delayed. I know they kept making announcements. We won't delay it again. We won't delay it again. And it kept getting delayed. And they finally released it last year, but it should have been delayed again. I'm sorry, y'all. It should have been delayed. And I'm playing with my fidget toy right now, so that's the popping that y'all hearing. I'm trying to stay focused, but I'm all over the place. Now, anyway, let's take a pause on the gaming news real quick. Now, this is gonna be some movie news. So, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever pauses production for now. Let's read this article real quick. It's by the Giant Freaking Robot, and let's go ahead and get this pulled up. Yep. So, again, it's by Giant Freaking Robot. It says it was posted 5 seconds ago, but I had this pulled up. What was this originally posted? Keep saying it's 5 seconds ago. It doesn't matter. I know it was recently. So the article reads as follows: Black Panther: Wakanda Forever fully shuts down production. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever isn't done filming, but it's done filming for this year as Letitia Wright recovers from injuries she suffered while filming a stunt in August. Deadline reports that the anticipated shutdown, first announced 2 weeks ago, has taken effect. Production is expected to commence in early 2022, but there is at least one good reason to believe filming could be delayed longer. Deadline's new Let me take a drink of water real quick. I'm sorry, y'all. Again, my mouth is really dry. My tongue is really dry. All right, back to it. Deadline's new report gives us some more solid information about what happened to Wright in August, as well as when Black Panther: Wakanda Forever could restart production. The added details come from a letter addressed to the cast and crew from Marvel Studios' Kevin Feige, Luis Espada, I think that's how you say his name. I'm sorry for butchering that name. And Nate Moore. While specifics of Wright's injuries weren't previously known, the letter mentions a frightening accident Wright had, leaving her with a critical shoulder fracture and a concussion with severe side effects. Gosh, she must have been dropped on her head, like on her upper body. Also, why I say it like that? She was dropped on her head. Also, while the previous reports of the shutdown named simply early 2022 for the production restart, the letter specifies January as the target month. However, it seems like a precise date hasn't been picked, since the letter asks the cast and crew to be on the lookout for more information on the specific return to work date. One possible reason for the letter failing to offer a specific date may be that more delays are anticipated. Letitia Wright is recuperating from her injuries in London, while most of Black Panther: Wakanda Forever's production has taken place in Atlanta. As reported by THR on November 8th, the CDC instituted a new rule requiring all non-immigrant, non-citizens flying into the U.S. to be vaccinated. Wright has reportedly been open about her anti-vaccination views, assuming that means Wright's unvaccinated. If she remains unvaccinated when it's time to come back to work and the CDC hasn't taken back that rule, I'm sorry, I know I'm gonna have a hard time pronouncing that word, so I'm not even gonna try it. Wakanda Forever might have to wait longer than January to get back to work. And yeah, that's everything. At the very, I'm gonna go down to this last paragraph. At the very least, the fact that Black Panther: Wakanda Forever production is shutting down for at least a month and a half because of Letitia Wright's absence would seem to confirm that the actress will have a much larger role than the one she enjoyed in 2018's Black Panther. In fact, the letter for Faye includes, "There's only so much we can do without Shuri." So that line will likely serve as more proof to speculating fans that Shuri will replace T'Challa as the next Black Panther in the upcoming sequel, much as she did for a time in the source material. Yeah, so again, I said before that because they say they wasn't going to recast Chadwick Boseman when he passed away. They say they wasn't going to recast him, and a lot of people, including myself, was like, she should be the next Black Panther, because in the comics, y'all, if y'all still listening and still watching, I appreciate all of y'all. I appreciate all of y'all for staying this long, for staying tuned, for watching and listening to me, because y'all could have left right at this point. Y'all could have stopped. Y'all could have went to the next podcast. And I wouldn't blame y'all, because I can't talk. Y'all. I cannot talk. I know how to read, but I can't talk. But what was I saying? Right. Because she became the Black Panther at one point. And if they're not recasting T'Challa, it makes sense. So yeah, that's very. I hope she recovers, because it sounded like she had a very bad injury. The fact that she got a concussion and a fractured shoulder and all that kind of stuff, it sounded like she was at a high height. She fell over and just hit. That sounded like she went through a very painful. That was a painful injury. But anyway, next up. Y'all might not believe this, but Ubisoft is opening a theme park. Now, if you don't know who Ubisoft is, first of all, stop being Patrick Star. Nah, I understand if like non-gamers are listening to this, you wouldn't know who Ubisoft is, or Ubisoft, however you say it. But they're the studio that created the Assassin's Creed series, Far Cry, Rainbow Six, and a whole bunch of other Tom Clancy games like Ghost Recon, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, they're opening up a new theme park. So what the heck? Here we go. This article is from comicbook.com, and it was posted on 19th, so it was posted yesterday. So yeah, Ubisoft is making a theme park. In a surprising announcement, Ubisoft has revealed that it is working on the first Ubisoft. I keep switching. Ubisoft Entertainment Center at Studios Octanite. Hold on, what's that? Occitanie? That's Occitanie. Mediterranean in France. Anyway, the location. What was that? The location will be about a 40-minute drive from Montpellier and will offer interactive attractions based on a number of Ubisoft franchises. At this time, it's unclear exactly. Let me get close to the mic. I'm sorry, y'all. It's unclear exactly what will be offered, but the company does have plenty of iconic characters it can draw from. Ubisoft also seems to be planning more of these entertainment centers for the future. In a press release, Bruno Granja, founder of Studios Occitanie, Occitanie, we're just gonna say Occitanie, spoke highly about the partnership. Studios Occitanie is excited to become the first location for Ubisoft's groundbreaking entertainment center concept, said Granja. Gaming has grown to become the biggest form of entertainment. Yes, it has. It makes sense that we partner with France's leading game publisher to create a new kind of immersive experience that celebrates gaming culture. Studio Occitanie should prove an exciting destination for the Ubisoft Entertainment Center. Set to open in 2025, the location will include a film studio, retail locations, dining, and more. However, Ubisoft location-based entertainment manager Mathilde Bresson, first name Mathilde Bresson, just seems excited to be close to Montpellier given the company's history there. So yeah, that's basically it. I'm not reading this whole thing. I'm being lazy, y'all. So yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and throw that out there. It definitely makes sense because or maybe makes sense because think about it. First of all, Ubisoft has, so again, like they say, they have iconic characters, so it makes sense. I want to see where they go with this. Can you imagine you're on a roller coaster and you just see Sam Fisher just sneaking around while you're on a roller coaster, or you know how Ubisoft is. They always got to climb up some high height just to unlock that area, or just to see that whole area, to unlock new objectives and all that stuff. So yeah, imagine at this theme park, you got to climb high heights in order to get on rides or benefit all stuff. You just climbing up high heights. Just, I thought this was fun. But yeah, I want to see where that goes. Yeah, that again, I just wanted to throw that out. I don't have too much to say about that. But now let's speak about, unfortunately, some bad stuff. Again, earlier I did speak about, Call of Duty, and why I'm not playing that. A couple of episodes ago, I was talking about the whole Activision thing, their lawsuit that they're going through with, their S-word, misconduct, and all that kind of stuff. And because of everything that's going on, basically, they've been caught having a frat boy culture. And it's been, again, some S-word harassment and all that kind of stuff going on over there. So, Me personally, I've been going through a boycott. I'm not going to buy Call of Duty. I'm not going to buy or play any Activision games until this has been resolved. And for those that don't know, the CEO, actually, I'm just going to read it in this article, which is from NintendoLife.com, which was posted yesterday, actually. Let's go ahead and read this. Activision Blizzard employees stage a walkout calling for CEO Bobby Kotick's resignation. This is an update. Over 1,300 employees signed a petition calling for Kotick to go. I'm so proud of the employees of Activision. Let's see. Another update. More than 1,300 Activision Blizzard employees have signed a petition demanding that CEO Bobby Kotick resign in the wake of this week's Wall Street Journal report alleging his failure to act on knowledge of misconduct at studios within the company. And I'm going to see if they mention it first. If they don't mention it, then I'm going to tell y'all more about more stuff that's coming in the light of his own misconduct. At the time of writing, the petition lists 1,337 employees from across various Activision Blizzard departments and studios, and carries the following statement. We, the undersigned, no longer have confidence in the leadership of Bobby Kotick as the CEO of Activision Blizzard. The information that has come, and the only reason why I didn't say allegedly on his conduct, because his spokesperson came out and admit to it, basically. So there's really no allegedly on that whole thing. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. The information that has come to light about his behaviors and practices in the running of our companies run counter to the culture and integrity we require of our leadership, and directly conflicts with the initiatives started by our peers. We ask that Bobby Kotick remove himself as CEO of Activision Blizzard, and that shareholders be allowed to select the new CEO without the input of Bobby, who we are aware owns a substantial portion of the voting rights of the shareholders. Hold on, I need some water, y'all. I'm sorry. Again, my mouth is really dry for some reason. So here's the original story that was posted yesterday. Approximately 150 Activision Blizzard employees assembled outside the Blizzard offices in Irving, California yesterday in protest of the company's CEO, Bobby Kotick, following allegations of misconduct made in a recent Wall Street Journal report, as I said before. The employees gathered to protest the executive's continued role at the company following claims that the CEO was directly informed of various misconduct allegations and harassment complaints, including a sexual assault incident in 2016 at Sledgehammer Games that was settled out of court. Yet Kotick did not inform the Activision Blizzard board of directors at the time. Activision is just... they need to just tear down the whole leadership and bring it back up and just redo and rearrange everything. The report also references an incident in 2006 where Kotick reportedly threatened to have an assistant killed over voicemail. Yeah. Yes, that's not a typo. Activision released a defense statement in response to the WSJ report, which references a recently drafted zero tolerance policy apparently instigated by Kotick. As Activision Blizzard stock plummets this morning, the company is on the defense. The company is on the defensive. In a statement to Bloomberg, a spokesperson says the WSJ presents an inaccurate and misleading view of the company and Kotick and ignores important changes, which was tweeted by Jason Schroeder, I believe, or Schreider from Activision. The ABK Workers Alliance, who are calling for Kotick's resignation, tweeted in response to Activision's own statement. Under Bobby Kotick's leadership, the company has been accused of mistreatment, sexual harassment, the R word, APE, and a death threat made by Kotick himself. The board is just as complicit if they let... I'm sorry, y'all. The board is just as complicit if they let this slide. It's past time for Bobby to step down. And then the report alleges examples of Kotick failing to disclose internal investigations to the board of directors, and also suggests that the controversial email sent by Fran Townsend to employees following the misconduct and discrimination lawsuit filed in July this year, which I spoke of earlier, one that Kotick sequentially described as tone deaf. I'm sorry, y'all. All right, let's refresh ourselves real quick. Hold on, y'all. I'm resetting myself real quick. Still not gonna work. Still gonna speak like I have no sense in the world. But all right, let's try this again. This latest development in the ongoing Activision Blizzard situation comes after Jen O'Neill recently resigned as co-leader of Blizzard following the departure of J. Allen Brack in August. O'Neill and Mike Yarbrough has been appointed co-leaders, although the former boss stepped down after only 3 months. The WSJ report suggests that her department came as a result of being paid less than Yarbrough. I'm sorry for butchering your name, man. Even though all this is going on, anyway, despite their joint position and from being token. I'm done with this. This article, y'all. Yeah, Activision is on their BS right now. Because after this reports came out, the board defended him and said, you know what, he's gonna stay on here. So if the board keeps him on there, they're just as guilty. They're just as guilty for, like I said, it is alleged. But his spokesperson did come out and said, "Oh, he didn't mean that." So that means it was said. The threat that he made on the person's voicemail. So again, I'm continuing my boycott of Activision until everything's been resolved, until everybody gets the justice that they deserve. And yeah, and I'm not saying everybody has to boycott. You know. You don't have to I'm not forcing you to be on the boycott. I'm not forcing y'all to say, let's go boycott. Let's go boycott. If y'all want to continue playing Call of Duty and all that stuff, that's fine. I can't tell you how to spend your money. But just think about it this way. Think about it this way for a second. What if like somebody that's close to you, whether your wife, girlfriend, sister, mother, cousin, aunt, grandma, whoever was working in these conditions and they was getting sexually harassed and all this stuff, and then your whoever this loved one is come to you and said, this is what's going on at work. You're gonna blow up. You are going to blow up. You're gonna be running in that building ready to give hands to somebody. And I'm the same way. Let somebody that's close to me say their job is doing this and that to me. I'm going to jail. I'm either going to jail or I'm calling the cops and say either y'all deal with this or I will deal with it. And I'm so serious. And I always say I'm not about that life. But there's certain lines you do not cross with me. And everybody else should be this way as well. As a male, as a man, we're supposed to protect the women, protect our women, right? And me, who has a sister, has a mother, grandma, all that stuff, I have a goddaughter. So me having these loved ones in my life, how can I support a company? How can I support a company that's doing this to their women? I can't. Morally, I can't. So again, I'm not telling y'all should boycott, but I just want y'all to think about those kind of stuff. And speaking of more Activision stuff, Xbox is apparently reconsidering their partnership that they have with Activision. So, and this article is by Kotaku, which was posted on this Thursday. So we're gonna go ahead and read this one. This is the last article we got. Xbox boss disturbed by what's going on at Activision Blizzard, reconsidering relationship. Xbox joins PlayStation. Oh, so PlayStation also spoke out as well, and criticizing Call of Duty publisher following the latest allegations. Head of Xbox, Phil Spencer, sent an email to staff calling the latest wave of allegations about Activision Blizzard deeply troubling, as first reported by Bloomberg and confirmed to Kotaku by Microsoft PR. Spencer joins a growing list of developers, shareholders, and game industry executives speaking up about report abuse at one of the largest game publishers in the world. This type of behavior, this is what Spencer said. This type of behavior has no place in our industry, Spencer wrote in the email, according to Bloomberg, saying he was disturbed and deeply troubled by the events and actions brought to light in a bombshell report by the Wall Street Journal earlier this week. The Xbox executive also said the console manufacturer will make ongoing proactive adjustments to its relationship with Activision Blizzard moving forward, but apparently did not go into any specifics. These remarks follow a big California lawsuit in July alleging widespread sexual harassment and discrimination stemming from the makers of Overwatch in the annual Call of Duty series. The most recent report by the Wall Street Journal surfaced new allegations of mistreatment of women, including by CEO Bobby Kotick, as we discussed before. He reportedly told his assistant over a voicemail in 2006 that he would have her killed and intervene to prevent another executive from being fired from the company for sexual harassment in 2018. So yeah, the CEO was trying to cover that up. The news has since led at least one shareholder group to call for Kotick's resignation, as well as generated renewed scrutiny from the CEO's own employees. After staging a walkout this week, many in the games industry started calling for the longtime head of the company to resign. On Thursday, over 1,000 Activision Blizzard employees announced that they had signed a petition calling for the same. November also saw PlayStation boss Jim Ryan calling out Activision Blizzard's actions in his own email to staff. Spencer's criticism is especially noble, however, because some of the men at the center of allegations of workplace abuse were former Xbox VPs. Ben Kilgore, which Bloomberg previously reported to be the head of the most notorious group of sexist drinkers at Blizzard while he was chief technology officer there, previously worked with Spencer at Xbox as vice president of Microsoft. All right, we're gonna skip that. The Wall Street Journal reported this week that Kilgore was fired from Blizzard in 2018 after multiple reports of sexual harassment and failure to disclose a relationship with a lower level female employee. Vice has also reported that Derek Ingalls, former chief information officer at Blizzard, made a joke shortly after Kilgore was fired that people shouldn't sleep with their assistants, but that if they do, they shouldn't stop. Ingalls, who spent over a decade at Microsoft as Xbox Live manager, was accused of fostering a toxic workplace in the department he ran while at Blizzard. Whew. Yeah, that's I'm glad that they're coming out and starting to speak out against Activision, and we need this because most of the time when stuff like this come out, everybody is quiet. All the executives, all that stuff, they're quiet. But this is ridiculous. This is plain ridiculous because it already came out from this lawsuit, from the sexual harassment claims and all that stuff that was going on with Activision. And then after it's been outed that the CEO has not only covered up some claims for his executives, but also was going to do a sexual harassment case himself. Once that came out, then the board is like, we're still going to keep him. That's why I'm boycotting. That's why I'm not playing any Activision Blizzard games until this is resolved. You know how bad I wanted to play Sekiro, but I looked and the publisher was Activision, so I said no. I'm not playing. I can't spend my money on a company that is, and I know it ain't the developers and all that stuff. I know it's not everybody there, because people still has a job to do at the end of the day. They want to go there. There's good people there that's working, that wants to make quality games, make their way of living and this, that, whatever. And they should have a safe workspace without worrying about somebody harassing them or whatever the case is. And the CEO of the company is calling you, say they will have you like I said, let that be somebody I love. I will be in that building real quick. I don't care. Y'all can clip that. Try to spin it all you want, but it's the honest truth. Let a loved one come to me and say their job, their manager, or whoever, co-worker is harassing them. I will be in that building quick. And it's not waiting for this and see how things. No. Again, we need to protect our women. So right now, again, it is screw Activision right now, screw Blizzard, and screw every other company that has this, because it ain't just Activision Blizzard that has this. A lot of companies have this going on. It's just Activision got caught. And there needs to be ramifications, not just a civil, but also legal, but also criminal. First of all these people that was involved needs to be fired. Even the whole board needs to be fired. The fact that they say the fact that they are supporting, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm gonna calm down. All right, let's get off this subject and let's go into more brighter things. So before I close this podcast out, this is something that I want to talk about real quick. Now, throughout this entire podcast, I've been talking about, game developers and all that stuff, delaying games and releasing games when they're not ready. I have some positives to say though. Even though all this is going on, well, let me say this. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm playing with my fidget toy. I'll let y'all hear the popping real quick. Y'all hear that? Anyway, let's put that down. I have a high appreciation for game developers, for gaming studios, all of the staff that works hard on these games. Like, I recently just finished watching the original Halo 2 documentary. I watched the Halo 3 documentary, the making of, and I started on Raising Kratos, but it started having some spoilers in there, so I stopped watching it. But since I finished God of War now, I'm going to go ahead and finish watching that. I'm gonna drink some more water. And first of all, when have anybody ever seen the end credits of a game when you beat it? The amount of people that worked on the game. There's a reason why the credits are as long as they are, because a lot of people put blood, sweat, and tears working on that game. See, when a lot of people think about game development, they only see what's on the surface. A lot of people only see what's on the surface, and I don't really blame them, but a lot of people only see what's on the surface. They think about really the voice actors, and when it comes to the people, they see like the top people, the lead developer leads and all this stuff. But think about the hundreds of other people that's putting in the work behind the scenes. When I was watching these documentaries, they looked like, especially when I started with Raising Kratos, a lot of those, not even just the leads and the heads. Well, hold on, I said that all backwards. Not just the regular employees, but also the leads, the heads, and all that stuff. They were stressed. They were stressed out during the making of God of War. Talking about 2018, and then during that time, it started on development. They was working on another IP. They started combining the studios, and they ended up building a new studio and combining studios, and then all of a sudden they started going through layoffs, and they was going to do that. And then when I was watching the Halo documentaries, okay, so this is what happened in the Halo 2 documentary when they was talking about the making of it. During that E3 when they announced Halo 2, the demo that they showed, they literally worked hard just to get that demo, but that was the only thing they had. They had nothing but that demo to show. Everything else, like the whole development of the game itself, haven't really even started. They just had that demo. They work hard night and day just to get that demo and show the people. Let's not even talk about the whole game. You still... I'm trying not to go too far in this. I want to kind of lead up to it. They had a small window to complete the game. It was a small window. Like, I think they completed that game in less than 2 years. I think it was less than 2 years. And a lot of people complain about with Halo 2, the ending, when it just ended on the cliffhanger, which I don't have no problem with it, but a lot of people did have a problem with that. And part of that was because they had to crunch a lot and they couldn't get everything they wanted into the game. So you can kind of tell there was a lot of stuff that was cut out because they couldn't get it done in time. And one thing that which is widely known now, there's this thing called crunching, is when these developers work past their regular hours. So instead of like 8 to 10 hours at the studio, they're now working 14 to 15 hours a day, almost every single day, being home away from their family. Even in some of these documentaries, they were saying that some people were spending the night at the studio. There was people that was killing their dogs, like leaving them in cages for long periods of time. They was away from their families. And all this for a video game, for our entertainment. These developers, the reason why they got into the field that they got in, because they enjoy gaming. They're creative and they enjoy gaming, and they want to be a part of making something that's great, making something that's fun, that they had fun at one point or still have fun making. or playing, they want to make that. They want to make that. But then you're working 14, 15 hours a day away from your family and all of this stuff. And now, like, your mental health is going, your mental health is on the edge. It is a lot of stuff that's going on for a video game. Like, and there was another thing. It was in the Halo 3 documentary. It was in the Halo 3 documentary. How they were saying that if they change one little thing, it could mess up all this. We're talking about like the coding, you know, the coding that goes on behind the scenes, the AI system and all of that. They say if they change one thing, everything else could get screwed up. So they do a whole bunch of testing, a whole bunch of they do a whole bunch of testing, and they try to break the game to make sure all the bugs are out, to make sure to try to catch all the bugs and fix them. Sometimes they employ like over 10 to 15 testers, and they're testing that game for 15 hours a day at times. And that might sound fun on paper, but think about it. You're playing the game, they're basically trying to break the game, and they might repeat something over and over and over again. Ain't like you're just playing and chilling. They might be trying to figure out stuff, and they want you to repeat something 20, 30 times, and you're doing this all day. And it kind of sucks the fun out of it at times. I'm not even gonna lie about it. That sounds like that would suck the fun out of it. I wouldn't want to do it anymore, because now it's becoming a chore. I mean, of course you get paid for it, that's cool, but it becomes a chore. So, and then let's not forget, not only you have like the studio heads and all that stuff that's working on it, you also got people that's doing the music, the people that's composing the music. You gotta get all the musicians, you gotta get them. And then voice actors, you know, they gotta do, and they're not just doing one take or two takes, they're doing multiple takes. They might have to do 30 takes, and then they have to choose the people, the producers, they have to choose from these multiple takes and choose which one is the best, right? They got to choose which out of 30, they have to choose 1 out of 30 takes. And think about it. Think about where video games is now. You got all these cinematic games and all that stuff that's going on. And when I was watching Raising Kratos, now they doing motion capture and all that stuff. So now you got to do that. The equipment is very expensive, and it's a lot. You got programmers. Again, you have all this, and I feel like I'm missing a lot of stuff. I'm literally missing a lot of stuff. But there's so much that's not even just the music, the sounds. In the Halo documentary, they was going out there to actual ranges. They was going to a range and capturing the sound of guns, and they was also studying how actual Marines, you know, use weapons. So they wanted to capture that in order to put it into the game. There's a lot of studying, there's a lot of research, there's a lot of background stuff that goes to game development. And yes, I'm going on a rant, but I want everybody to realize this. Because us as consumers, you know what we do? We always say, we want this game, we want it like this, we want it like this, we want the game now, we want the game now, we want the game now, we want the game now. We always say we want it now, but we don't realize the blood, sweat, and tears that goes behind these video games. That's why I advocate on delaying games. That's why I like the fact that Saints Row was delayed. I like the fact that Halo Infinite was delayed. Because look, you got Call of Duty came out and it's not that great, according to some people. Then you got Battlefield 2042, which is documented in multiple articles. People saying it's buggy, not everything works. A lot of the features are missing and all this stuff. And that's because they was probably rushing to put out the game. But then look at Halo Infinite. They delayed the game a year, and look how beautiful it is. And it looks better. It looks way better than when they first showed it. It just, yeah, and Halo Infinite, it still has a few things, but that's the point of game development. You want as few things wrong as possible, and you want to try to nip it in the bud before you release it. There's no perfect game out there. Games are always gonna come with small bugs and this, that, and the other. But you have these developers that's working hours looking at a computer screen that's reading and writing code. And yes, I'm still going because that's the that's why all game developers, the developers, not the execs. Well, some execs are cool, but most of the execs, you know, and the publishers, they're the one that wants these games out, and they're the ones that's pushing these studios and developers to put the game out because they want the money. And they're pushing their employees and all that stuff. It's just, I just want to say, if any game developer is watching this or listening to this, I just want to tell y'all, and this might seem like I'm deriding. Call it what you want. I don't care. I appreciate every single developer that works on these games because they're working hard day and night. And I forgot, you still got to get the people that's writing these stories, and it's a lot that's behind game development. And I just want to thank all the developers for all the hard work, all the crunching that you have to do. And just thank you. Like, literally, just thank you for, at times when you're being away from your family, just so we can have some type of entertainment. All content creators in general, I like to thank y'all, but right now we're talking about gaming, gaming developers. Like, thank you. Like, I literally appreciate, like, I don't mind games being delayed. I know we want what we want, but I have a backlog. I have such a big backlog of games. I have so much stuff to keep me occupied while these games are being worked on. Again, at the end of the day, it's video games. And yes, I love these universes. I love Halo, and I love the universe that it's, you know, that's been created with Halo. But it's entertainment at the end of the day. There are real people that are working their butts off trying to develop these games. I recommend everybody. There's probably other documentaries out there, but you have the Halo 2 documentary, you have the Halo 3 documentary, and you have the Raising Kratos documentary, which I'm probably going to finish after I finish recording this. Watch those. They will show you, and those are just condensed. Those are just condensed into an hour or two of what actually goes on. Imagine being at the studio for 8 to 10 hours a day, 5 to 7 days a week. And this is, and those documentaries only show us the stuff that they put out for us. So again, I appreciate every single game developer that puts their blood, sweat, and tears into these games. I appreciate all y'all, and we should give them more appreciation too, because we're kind of part of the problem as well, because we want these games out as quickly as possible. We want this, we want that, and game development has got harder with each year, with each generation, because now you got 4K, you got ray tracing, you have all this stuff, you know, you have all this stuff in like with Halo Infinite. Every small detail that you see in there, somebody worked on that. That blade of grass that you see, somebody worked on that, and probably took hours for them to do just that small thing of grass. So again, I appreciate all game developers. I appreciate all the hard work, all the people behind it, the music, the visuals, all of that. I just appreciate all y'all from the bottom of my heart. Like, I'm so serious on that, because again, we're part of the problem as well. The consumers are a part of the problem, because we always want more. We want more. We want more. And then because the executives see this, they want their money. They just look. One game I forgot to mention, the GTA trilogy. Don't even get me started on that. Apparently they're doing fixes now, but again, that culture has to stop of releasing the game and then fixing it later. Reason why they rush to get that out. I mean, the developers are just doing what they're told. They're being told, hurry up and work on this, hurry up and work on this. You got to stay behind, you got to stay at work today, this, that, and the other. because the holidays are coming up, so they wanted to make a quick buck. That's true. But anyway, I'm done with my rant, y'all. I just want to say my hair. I literally just twisted my hair the other day. But anyway, squirrel moment. But that's all. That's everything that I have for this episode of the podcast. Hope everybody I hope everybody had fun and enjoyed themselves listening or watching this podcast. Again, the video version is on youtube.com/ let me get close to the mic. youtube.com/IRvingTV. The audio version, if you want to listen to it while you're in the car, working out, whatever the case is, again, it's on Spotify, Anchor.fm, Google Podcasts, and it's on some other platforms as well. Those are the main three that I can remember off the bat. But yeah, it's on that. Also, if you want to, again, follow me on all my social medias. Everything is IRvingTV, and I have basically every social media account. I have TikTok, Instagram, which is what I use the most. I'm most active on there. Twitter, Snapchat. I got a Facebook page now. Basically everything, just basically everything. Yeah. So also, again, Twitch, YouTube, all that stuff. If you want to make a donation to support the channel, support the podcast, all that stuff, again, you're not obligated to. You're nowhere near obligated. Don't feel obligated, but if you want to support me financially, Cash App $IRvingTV. Don't forget if you're watching the video version, don't forget to like, share, drop a comment. Also on the audio version, Spotify, whatever platform you're listening to, make sure to give it a good rating. Be honest, but a good rating. And I think that's everything. So go ahead, everybody else. I can't talk, y'all. I'm sorry. But yeah, this is the end of the podcast. And everybody else have a good... Why do I keep saying everybody else? But everybody have a good rest of the day. And as usual, promoting peace, gaming, and wings.